All right, we got another video. I actually wanted to, again, on the personal level, I think people are getting tired of the whole money thing, but I promise you, or well, I'll try to promise you that I won't leave the money thing. Okay, so if I got another month or two of this in me, or if it's possible, I wouldn't mind doing this for. I'll be honest, I enjoy doing this. We'll see how it goes. But the point was that we'll do more money videos, but I wanted to get on a personal level. At this point, I wanted to kind of start talking about things, and can we? How good are our instincts? Is what I want to know. Now, to me, it doesn't matter who it is. If you're alive, okay, if you are alive and you've been seen, look, no matter what you are, there might be species of animals that we've never seen, but there's a lot of species that we've seen. Now, if you're an organism that's alive and you've at least been seen in, let's say you were alive and you were seen 100 times. Okay, or 1,000 times, which is nothing really, because think about this. If you were traveling the world on an airplane, okay, let's put it like the fastest jet plane there is, and you were traveling, and you made a stop at, let's say you were able to make a stop at 6 cities, okay, 6 cities in the span of 12 hours. So every 2 hours, on average, with takeoff and landing, you manage to hit like a big city, okay? So you hit 6 cities in 12 hours, and you came down, and let's say all you did was go. You didn't even get off into the city. You went into the airport lounge, hung out for 10, 15 minutes, had something to eat, and came back, okay? There were like 30 people in there. They all saw you, okay? And that's a small number. At airports, let's face it, if you're gonna go through everything at an airport, like 30,000 people will see you easily. There's a lot of traffic at airports, especially at major cities. So 30 people saw you, okay? That's a sighting. That's a very, very clear sighting. You had 6 sightings in 12 hours and you were alive. You could be you could be half dog, half horse. It doesn't matter. They see you, and then let's say they called you a horse dog, okay? A horse dog, which is you, has been spotted 6 times in 12 hours, okay? By a total of 2,000 people, okay? That's nothing, that's just 12 hours. But in those 12 hours, the whole world now knows that you exist. When you exist, okay, it's one thing to exist and be alive, and let's say everybody thinks you're dead. Let's say you're a zombie. Everybody thinks you're dead. They see you and they go, this guy's not even alive, he's dead. He's dead, he lives off of, let's say berries, okay? Let's not get too scenic here. You eat berries, okay? You're living dead, you're eating berries. Oh, he just lives off berries. He's not even alive. He's like a walking corpse, basically, right? But you are alive. But they can't identify you as alive, okay? So that's not a sighting. You might know that you're alive, but you're the only one that knows you're alive, okay? Now, the second part to this is that you are, a horse dog, right? You are a horse dog. And that's, within the time of your let's say your second sighting. Your second sighting till your last sighting. No. Your second sighting till 7 days after your last sighting, which was in 12 hours. After your sighting, they have spotted, let's say, 12 horse dogs. Okay. You are now a worldwide species. I shouldn't say worldwide, but come on, you were rolling on a fast jet, right? You are an internationally known and recognized species, aka the horse dog. All right. And that's just happened in, what did I say, 12 days? That's just happened in, did I say 12? I said 7 days, I think. 7 days after that 12 hours. So in 7.5 days, you've been spotted. Sorry. They have spotted 12 other horse dogs. It's a new species, okay? The truth is that once you are alive, or once you're alive, it's one thing, but once you're sighted and it's recognized that you are a species and that there's others like you now exist on an international plane. Now, why did I make up this whole horse dog thing? It's because we have people who are very different, okay? We have midgets who are 3 foot tall. Some are 2.5 feet tall as adults. We have people who go as high as, almost 8 feet tall. Okay, we got sumo wrestlers who weigh like 700 pounds, 600 pounds. Okay, we have a lot of different kind of people in this world, like crazy different. We got blondes, redheads, black hair, all kinds of everything. We just have so many different kind of people. So the point was that even if you think that you are the most unknown, unrecognized, whatever species like the horse dog, you're an international species. You exist out in that plane. You play an important part in your life, and your life is shared by all the other horse dogs as well. You are a real person or a real being, and you really exist in this world. The other part I wanted to get to. Now I wanted to get to instinct. You see, instinct exists very little on a conscious level. Instinct, I would say, plays a much larger role on a subconscious level. So on the subconscious level, you got to remember, we have very sharp instincts. Very sharp instincts. Meaning, let's say you walk. Let's make it interesting. You go to a park where there's, let's say you go to the zoo. Okay, you go to the zoo. There's so many people at the zoo. The zoo is full of people and all kinds of animals, right? You go to the zoo. Your instincts automatically kick in. Okay, like in your vision of sight, which is like, whatever, like 180, whatever it is. In your vision of sight, and if you turn your head, you can see pretty much everything, except for what's right directly behind you. So in your vision of sight, you got thousands of people and literally like 30 animal species. Okay, 30 different animal species. I've been to a zoo, by the way, so I know. But it was in South America, but I've been to a zoo. So, you got all this stuff around you. Now, your instinct subconsciously catches more things. So you might hear a roar or you might see it in your peripheral, and it could be a lion, and you will get scared. And if you get scared, that's your instinct. Oh, man. You know what I mean? If you hear something interesting like a monkey sound and you're like, dude, that's an unfamiliar sound, you automatically look there. Before your conscious mind processes it, your subconscious is always processing. So when somebody tells you, no, I can consciously do this, I have so much knowledge. What does that mean in the real world? I mean, are you just gonna fix everything in your life? Are you gonna fix all your sporting events? Are you gonna fix everything? Because in real, genuine life, match fixing, for example, or rigging, like rigging a lottery, like this stuff happens quite a bit. So what was my point? So instinctually, some people might say, well, I have so much of a knowledge level. I know what's fixed, what's not. I can get around. I know what to do. But when it comes to genuine things, like even driving on the highway or even on the street, driving is a serious thing. Your instincts need to kick in. Your instincts need to be sharp. No matter how intelligent you are, no matter how many PhDs you have to have a strong instinctual level. But the point is that on the instinctual level, you can almost feel things. Now, if let's say there were 10 horse dogs, right? I said 10 horse dogs, just like you. And they were all spotted. There tends to be a pattern. Okay, so if let's say your natural enemy is a bulldog, okay? Now what's gonna happen is that, eventually it'll patternize. So all 10 horse dogs, no matter, even if they're in other countries or other cities, it'll become evident that the horse dogs and the bulldogs have an issue, okay? Now, who could a horse dog have an issue with? With the wolf. right? If the wolf and the horse dog have no issue, it'll become evident through pattern and behavior that we will find out. Now, you got to remember, we live in the world of like data and Wi-Fi and all that stuff, okay? Phones, pay phones at the very least. We have everything. You know, dude, like any little event that happens, okay, social media, it's on social media right away. If something big happens, it'll be trending and it'll be all over social media and everybody will see it, right? Realistically, right? So in our world today, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, man. Things are moving like that. So if for me, like I'll tell you, for me, I feel like I don't feel like I'm isolated, I'm alone. I used to feel like that. I don't feel like I'm isolated and alone anymore. I feel like I'm out there, like I think in my mind, there has to be beings like me, other beings like me on this planet. There has to be. How can it be that I'm so unique that there's no other being like me? There has to be beings like me. And if they're all alive and we're all alive and we're active, the truth is that we can all rely on each other. Now, if no one is dying out of out of all of us genuine horse dogs, if nobody is dying and everybody is doing a fantastic job, even if one gets in trouble, at some point he'll get out of it. He'll get higher. And you know what? They don't have to actually look out for each other. They just will through instinct, right? If we turn out to be like super, let's say we're smarter than whales, let's say we're smarter than human beings, or we're at a higher level than most human beings. We're like at the elite level. If we are, it'll show. And you just can't cheat the elite system. You can't blind yourself to instinct. I know instinctually who this person is. I know how high up they are, for example, right? But I'm gonna blind myself. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because the thing is, that thing is alive. There's those things all over the world. It's blinding yourself. All it's gonna do is open you up to danger. Because when you ignore your instincts and you start being blind, and you think your conscious mind will support you, you're dead meat. That goes for any food chain, anything. Dude, what do they call the cities these days? They call them, they've been calling them that for a while. They call them concrete jungles, right? No, but there's roads, there's buildings. No, those are concrete jungles, my friend. All of that is concrete, okay? So you gotta understand, instinct is necessary all the time. All the time. You cannot take care of children if you don't have a good instinct. You know, your children will be in trouble if your instincts are not up to point. Even if you have 100 PhDs, dude, there are so many people who have PhDs and they don't amount to shit. You show me all the PhDs you want, that you were the CEO of whatever, your resume doesn't amount to shit. You gotta wake up and see the actual reality in this world. Now, I love this example because everybody will say, but you know, for all the naysayers out there, I always say, these days I say, just look at Russia and Ukraine. First of all, the half east of Ukraine was already supposed to be part of Russia, right? They just had to get one half of a country that was so much smaller. Russia has all this money. Their military has been rumored that, it can take out America, that it may be the strongest military in the whole world. So how did half of Ukraine completely scare the shit out of Russians and Russia? How did they do that? It's all instinct, man. It's all instinct. They were the superior being, man. This is all a fantasy that the baby gazelle is gonna eat lion meat. This is all a fantasy, man. This is all a fantasy. And when you blind yourself, you're gonna begin a pattern and you're gonna just start killing yourself everywhere because everyone's gonna be, that piece of shit is blind. That fucking whatever that shit is blind. And you will just start dying. You might think that I'm rude, that I'm an asshole, that I'm mean, but that's because that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm supposed to do. And what you do is under your control. Now, I hope this video was a little bit it was a cool video, man. I've never heard anybody say any of this stuff. This is all original. This comes from me and it's a different perspective. And I have not said anything against science or anything like that. Okay, so it is what it is. And if you want to criticize, man, if you want to get into that, man, you know what I mean? Let's see.